Welcome to the online lectures of Math 1-1, Linear Algebra and ODEs. Today we are going to learn about eigenvectors and eigenvalues, and this is exercise 5.1 in your textbook. Definition of eigenvectors and eigenvalues. An eigenvector of an n cross n matrix A is a non-zero vector x such that Ax is equal to lambda x for some scalar lambda. A scalar lambda is called an eigenvalue of A if there is a non-trivial solution x of Ax equal to lambda x. Such an x is called an eigenvector corresponding to lambda. Eigenspace. An eigenspace is actually the collection of eigenvectors associated with each eigenvalue for the linear transformation applied to the eigenvector. The linear transformation is often a square matrix. Determining the eigenspace requires solving for the eigenvalues first as follows. These are the three equations which are used to solve for eigenvalue and eigenvector. Here equation 2 is known as characteristic equation. In these three equations, A is the square matrix, lambda is the eigenvalue, I is the identity matrix, and X is the eigenvector. Equation 1 is solved to find eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Equation 2 is solved for the eigenvalues. There can be as many eigenvalues as there are rows in the matrix A. Once the eigenvalues are calculated, use them in equation 3, this one, to determine the eigenvectors. Let's try to understand the concept of eigenvalues and eigenvectors with the help of an example. In this example, we will find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the matrix A. And our matrix A is a 2 cross 2 matrix. Solution. In step 1, we will use equation A minus lambda I to generate a new matrix. Here this is the value of A, which is given matrix, and we are multiplying lambda with the identity matrix. Then we will subtract this matrix from matrix A, and the new matrix would be like this. In step 2, we will find the determinant of the obtained matrix. When we will calculate the determinant of the obtained matrix, we will get a polynomial, and this polynomial is known as characteristic polynomial. In step 3, we will solve characteristic polynomial with the help of characteristic equation, and we know that characteristic equation is equal to this, and determinant of A minus lambda I has been calculated in step 2, which is equal to this polynomial. We will find the roots of this characteristic polynomial by using factorization method, and the two roots we will get are lambda 1 is equal to 7 and lambda 2 is equal to minus 4. So these are the eigenvalues for the matrix A. In step 4, we will find the eigenvectors for all the eigenvalues. So in part A, our eigenvalue is lambda is equal to 7. We will put this value in the matrix obtained from A minus lambda I. So after putting the values, the new matrix would be minus 6, 5, 6 and minus 5. Now we will apply row operations on this matrix to convert it into a reduced row echelon form. And after applying several row operations, we will get its reduced row echelon form as like this. Now we will solve matrix equation. Here this is the value of matrix which is in reduced row echelon form. This is the value of matrix X. It contains two unknown x1 and x2, and this is the right side of the equation. So after simplification, we will get that x1 is equal to x2, and when we will put the values, we will get x2 is equal to 1 1. So this is the general solution. So each vector in this form with x2 is not equal to 0 is an eigenvector corresponding to lambda is equal to 7. So as we will put non-zero value of x2 in this equation, the eigenvectors corresponding to lambda is equal to 7 will be generated. So our second eigenvalue is lambda is equal to -4. Now we will find the eigenvector for this value of lambda is equal to -4. So we will use the matrix obtained in step 1 of the previous slide, and we'll put lambda is equal to -4 in this matrix. The answer would be this. Now we will perform row operations to obtain the reduced row echelon form of this matrix. Now solving the matrix equation, we will get x1 plus 6 by 5 x2 is equal to 0, and x1 is equal to -6 by 5 x2. So putting the values of x1 and x2 in vector matrix X and factoring out x2, the eigenvector would be -6 by 5 and 1. So this is known as general solution, and each vector in this form with x2 not equal to 0 is an eigenvector corresponding lambda is equal to -4. So when the eigenvalue is equal to -4, our eigenvector is -6 by 5 and 1. We can check whether the calculated eigenvalues and eigenvectors are correct or not by using equation Ax is equal to lambda x. So here this is the value of matrix A which is given in the question. This is the eigenvector which was calculated in part A. This is the eigenvalue and this is the eigenvector. So when we will do simple arithmetic, we will get left hand side is equal to right hand side. So it shows that the eigenvalue and eigenvector calculated in part A of step 4 are correct. In the same way, you can check eigenvalue and eigenvector calculated in part B of step 4. Let's try to understand the concept of eigenspace with the help of an example. In this example, we have matrix A, which is a 3 cross 3 matrix, and eigenvalue lambda of A is 2, which is given, and we are going to find a basis for the corresponding eigenspace. Solution. By the definition, the eigenspace E2 corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda 2 is actually the null space of the matrix A minus 2i. So that is, we have eigenspace E2 is equal to null space of A minus 2i. So first we will calculate A minus 2i, and the new obtained matrix would be this. Now we will solve this matrix with the help of this equation. This is the augmented matrix, and when we will apply different row operations to convert it into a reduced row echelon form, the new matrix would be this. So from this matrix we can observe that x1 is equal to 1 by 2 x2 minus 3 x3, and we have two free variables in this general solution. F the null space and A minus 2y consists of vectors, so we will find the value of those vectors. So this is our vector x, and this is its elements x1, x2, x3. The value of x1 is equal to this, which we have calculated here. X2 is free variable and x3 is also a free variable. We can write them separately in terms of x2 and x3 variables. From the first matrix, we will factor out x2 and we will get the eigenvector like this. And in the second matrix, we will factor out x3 and the eigenvector would be minus 3, 0, 1. So each vector in this form with x2 not equal to 0 and x3 is not equal to 0 is an eigenvector corresponding to lambda is equal to 2. At x2 is equal to 1 and x3 is equal to 1, the eigenvectors are this. So this would be the basis for eigenspace E2. And also we have written x in terms of linear combination, so we can say that A2 also equal to the span of the eigenvectors. In the same way, if x2 is equal to 2 and x3 is equal to 1, the eigenvectors would be like this, and the basis for eigenspace E2 is this, and the eigenspace E2 is also equal to the span of eigenvectors.